We have a full-fledged clown alert. Clown alert going on. Stu, we don't have time for... Okay, so let's look at some of the stories today that would have made my head explode, but I'm so far beyond that. Here's a headline from Fox News. MSNBC anchor, slammed for complaining House Democrats never investigated the Trump family. Just saying. Oh, look at the cute little car and all the MSNBC people coming out. I guess it's Mehdi Hassan show. Didn't do this. They didn't do this for the Trump family. Mehdi, which is, I'm going to say Z, Zer, which could be her or him. I don't know. Nobody watches MSNBC. Isn't that weird? It's like this weird experiment. If we put all this money into producing something and nobody watches it, how long can we do that? It's a neat experience. CNN has been doing that one for a while, and that experiment is about to come to a conclusion. Anyway, be as mad as you like about House Republicans kicking off any day, one day after winning the House with a massive investigation of the Biden family, but ask yourself why Democrats didn't do this for the Trump family. Yeah. Ask yourself on the day that Pelosi is retiring, by the way. Woo. Okay. I've got a note from the Teachers Union. It is a pronoun guide. This is why I knew about the pronouns for MSNBC. The National Education Association's pronoun guide, reviewed by the Washington Examiner, directs members on how to use various preferred pronouns to grow accustomed to including one's pronouns and name tags while introducing oneself to colleagues. The pronoun guide says it's been made available for members of the Teachers Union, and it is made to have staff better understand the use of pronouns in a respectful way for all NEA meetings and communications. In English, this is according to the guide, in English, we have two sets of gendered pronouns: she, her, hers, he, him, his. Oh, that is great. They're still teaching this stuff. However, those are attached directly to a particular gender. Now, I didn't know that. Did you know that?
A particular gender?
Yeah.
Wow, no,
like
I did
she,
not know
her, hers. It would go to somebody that would self-identify as a woman.
Right.
Okay.
And that's the only way you would know she was a woman.
Only way you would know. Mm-hmm. Okay. We all likely, this is according to the Teachers Union, all likely grew up assuming we knew someone's pronouns just by looking at them.
Oh, that's so silly.
Yeah, I didn't.
Oh, what a silly concept.
Okay. Knowing their gender, but that isn't the case. In an effort to be more affirming to all, it is important as teachers to get out of the habit of assuming pronouns. So they have a table graphic that separates different pronouns from their respective case and, to inform the reader how to use them in a sentence properly. Mm-hmm. The first three lines from the graphic provide a guide for he, she, they pronouns. But the final line is a guide for using z, zim, zer, zers, or zerself. Which Zerself.
I didn't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Which doesn't help identify anyone. You have absolutely
does no good for communication whatsoever, which is what the language is supposed to do.
Here's another headline for you. The UN complains the world has too many Nigerians. And who doesn't think that there are too many Nigerians? I don't know. That sounds a little bit racist, but no. No, the UN fits entirely in that one clown car, which is very nice. Here's a Democrat that has said that, she's a scientist. It's Sheila Jackson Lee.
Oh,
and
gosh.
She
Brilliant.
has said there is a direct connection to slavery and the pandemic. No, there's no clown horn there. That's.
Oh, this is serious?
This is serious. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. I don't know how this got into the stack of clown news, but this is a serious thing. I believe, and I could prove it to you, I believe there is a direct, the 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon? It's like that, except with slavery, it's only 1 degree. Give me anything.
Water faucets?
Water faucets. Easy. Did slaves drink water? direct link to slavery. Every water faucet company should be paying reparations. Next.
Oatmeal.
Oatmeal. Please. Who's on the front of the oatmeal box? The old lady man, bush-looking person. Colonial, oppression, slavery, boom. And don't even get me started about breakfast cereals, foods, pancakes. Please, I think you know. Next.
French baguette.
French baguette.
Yes.
You'd think this one is hard. Mm-hmm. You'd think that one would struggle to connect a French baguette.
That is exactly what I was thinking. I was trying to come up with something specifically that would be difficult to tie to slavery.
No, this is very easy. I told you earlier that, what was his name? Pepe Le Pew, or the guy who was on Hogan's Heroes, the French guy that was in the slave camp. I mean, I could take this apart 600 ways to Sunday. First of all, what did white people do? They built concentration camps. Then they did shows about concentration camps with Hogan's Heroes. Right. Hogan's Heroes, they had one token black in that camp. One. Okay? Token. Just like slaves. That man in that show, who was on the show with a Frenchman who liked baguettes. Slavery.
I don't want to come up with another example. I don't want
because you don't want to be shown up.
No,
honestly,
that's exactly. You know what? Sure, that's exactly what it is.
Let me give you this one. Los Angeles County Sheriff says the crash that injured 25 law enforcement recruits in southern Whittier Wednesday morning was not an accident. Now wait a minute. This is hard to believe in the first place. Someone would drive their car intentionally into a crowd of police recruits in California? No way. Well, shockingly, investigators went through an exhaustive interview process with everyone involved, with the video surveillance statements from the recruits, the physical evidence that they had, like, I've got a broken leg, and what they got from the suspect himself. And they were able to form the opinion that this was a deliberate act. Now, they have no idea why. The driver was Nicholas Joseph Gutierrez. He's 22. He's charged with attempted murder of a peace officer, and other charges are pending. But they gave him a bond of a ridiculous $2 million. And so he is... Well, he had marijuana in the SUV, and he was intoxicated. But he drove directly into a group of 75 recruits, and 5 of them are critically injured. 25 were injured, but they still have no motive. They still don't have any idea. And of course, it was not politically or racially motivated. Just want you to know that. We'll wait for details. I hope they figure that out.
It's never motivated that way.
Well, the California police are on it. Okay,
that's good to hear.
Okay, yeah,
well, California's on a lot of things, you know.
They are.
They've got a great new program. We talked about it briefly yesterday in San Francisco.
Oh, where you can, if you're transgender, mm-hmm. you can get on some sort of payroll with the.
Yeah, they'll pay you for being transgender. They're $1,200 a month.
My name is Betty, Stu.
Right.
My name is now Betty.
And that's if you happen to be a Glenn into a Betty.
Yes.
Then you can get $1,200 a month for the next 18 months.
And you must admit that I am the most beautiful woman you have ever seen.
And you are. Believe me. You sure are.
You haven't seen me all dolled up.
Now, it might seem like a ridiculous program to some. But I decided to go through the actual application because I was interested.
And that's when you see how really serious and well thought out it is. Mm-hmm. Right?
Right. Now, there are some options here. You got to go through the application.
Okay. All right.
This is pronouns. Now, Glenn, I want you to, I'm going to go through these with you. You just have to check all that apply.
All that apply.
So you might have 8 or 10 of these.
All right, go ahead. All that apply, not just one.
Right.
Got it.
She, her, hers.
Yes.
He, him, his.
Yes.
They, them, theirs.
Yes.
It's.
Yes.
Coco-cos.
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 Well, yeah, of course.
Z zim ziz.
Yes.
Z her hears. G jim shears.
Yes.
E im ears. E im ears.
Wait. The ears one. The ear one I didn't. And I feel a little bad because that makes me think of my ears, which I think are really bad. They're big. I mean, the earlobes are growing. It's the only part of the face and the nose that continue to grow. And thank you for pointing that out. Now I am really offended.
Well, I wish
I had that power. You know, in the Disney film, what was the one? Hercules? I wish I could, remember when the guy could set his hair on fire? I wish I could do that. That'd be great. Just... So when you say something like Zeers, I would think ears, and you'd know I'm pissed.
By the way, I should point out it's not ears, E-A-R-S, it's E.
I didn't say it was. I said it made me think of that. That's my truth.
I'm sorry,
Stu.
and that is your truth. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, sir. Or ma'am, or she. I don't know which one to say. How about purrs?
Yes.
A fairs.
Yep.
Airs. Tears.
I like the way you say that.
Vares.
Right.
No pronouns.
Oh, no, that one doesn't apply.
That one doesn't apply to you.
Okay,
good. All right. So this is by the way, the Guaranteed Income for Transgender People program.
Okay, so if I identify as any or all of those, do I get more money from the state if I identify as all of them?
That's a good question. I don't know the answer to that.
Do they investigate to see if I'm really...
Definitely not.
Okay.
Because how would you? These words don't mean anything.
Do I have to live in California to get their taxpayer money?
Yes, San Francisco. This is from the city of San Francisco.
All right.
The Guaranteed Income for Transgender People, or GIFT, which is interesting because it doesn't spell, it's GIFT-P. In reality, it actually should be GIFT-P.
Guaranteed income
for
transgender
people.
Okay.
And they call it GIFT. They just leave the P off.
It is GIFT.
So the GIFT program, here are some things. Now, it goes to gender. And there are several genders available, Glenn, for you to choose.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess you could choose any or all
of these.
Let me give you some examples. Gender creative.
Well, that's me. I'm very creative.
Gender outlaw.
Yes. Okay. I live in the West.
How about gray gender?
Well, look at my hair.
Yeah, I don't know if it means you're older or if you're in a that guy kind of he's in a gray area.
Works for me, Your Honor.
Brother boy. Is that your gender?
Boy.
Or would you consider yourself a brother boy?
I would say because we're in a transition as a society,
right.
I would still say there's a chance brother boy might be misinterpreted. So I'm going to say no.
That's a good point, considering the context of earlier conversations today. Sister girl.
Sister girl, I am absolute. Look at me.
Look at you. You're definitely
Betty,
sister girl.
I am a sister girl.
Now, when I look at you, what I see, maverick.
Ooh.
Maverick. It's like a fancy Tom Cruise. A maverick.
Ooh, I like that.
Ooh, I'm kind of you.
Right? I am. I'm a maverick. No, I'm a maverick.
I like that. How about this? Is one of these are all real genders on the checklist. I'm not making any of these up.
Okay, so if I identify as a maverick, and you would say yes, sir. You are a maverick, and I would say you bet. Give me my cash. Okay.
How about stud?
No.
Yeah, you're not in. That's the one gender you're not.
No.
Okay. No. How about this is a real gender?
Of course it is.
FTX. So you can now identify as a failed cryptocurrency exchange, which is.
I think that one is an important gender that you mock right now. And no, where's my horn? Thank you. Now you can do the other.
She already did the other.
No, do it now.
But she already did it.
We can edit this in post-production.
No, it's just a live show.
Do the damn... That wasn't the same one. That's not the one I wanted.